not before we hear from SABC News research governance and politics specialist Maswili Ralibona, who joins us now from the video wall, where he will have some details for you, just touching on what the city of Cape Town looks like politically, but also in terms of what the finances look like, as well as that other big niggling issue, the issues around crime, the experience of ordinary residents. Maswili?
Oh, thank you, Tulas. Here we are talking about the city of Cape Town, one of the best-run municipalities or metros in the country, one of the preferred tourist destination in the country and international visitors. So if you look at the chart in front of me, you realize that for the past 20 years, it's been under the leadership of the DA, which means one of the stable municipalities in the country. So it's something positive as compared to other metros. And in terms of governance, we've seen a lot to us with in Cape Town. The past 5 years, for the first time this year, 2024-2025, we saw that the city of Cape Town received an unqualified audit simply because the Auditor-General found something wrong with the procurement processes. But in the previous 3 years, the city of Cape Town has been receiving a clean audit to us. So it's something positive about municipalities. Let's go to the second slide, where I will show you more about the city of Cape Town. The audit setback. Let's go to looking at that number there. The recently adopted budget was at 84 billion. The second biggest budget after the city of Joburg, which means when you look at the city of Cape Town, you realize that economic activities and many other things that happen there also plows back to the country's economy. You will also realize that the city of Cape Town, or Western Cape as a whole, is one of the areas or the province with a very low unemployment in the country. Then you have 1.5 billion of irregular expenditure over 4 years. And again, if you were to compare it with other cities, you will realize that they are fairly well, even though it's not something to celebrate, but they are doing fairly well compared to others.
Let me jump in there, Maswili, and ask you to explain this slightly. You are talking about the audit being something of a setback, 2024-2025. Is that because you are comparing it with 2023-2024 having been a clean audit, and this one being unqualified with emphasis of matter on at least one matter?
Exactly, Tulas. Exactly. That's what the Auditor-General says, because when you look at all the metros in this 2024-2025 audit report, you realize that none of the metros received a clean audit, whereas City of Cape Town throughout, together with cities like Ekurhuleni, they used to be the ones, the metros, amongst the less than 30% of municipalities that has been receiving clean audits in the country. City of Cape Town and Ekurhuleni have been receiving clean audits, but in the previous 2024, City of Ekurhuleni received an unqualified audit. Then City of Cape Town continued with a clean audit. But this year, the recently released Auditor General's report shows that City of Cape Town has also received a qualified audit, as you can see on our chat.
Yeah. Let's go now to the other area of lived reality that you want to show us. It has to do with the experience of citizens as far as crime is concerned. It's not a municipal function in terms of the areas of responsibility. Well, it is partly policing is, but largely in terms of the big combating of crime, investigation in particular, that doesn't reside with municipalities. They do have some responsibility for bylaw enforcement, traffic enforcement and the likes. Share with us those figures as far as crime is concerned.
The lived experiences in the Cape Town townships, we're talking about Cape Flats, we're talking Nyanga, Guguletu, Harare, Langa and other townships, Tulas, is very, it's appalling. Cape Town in the national list of police stations that have most crime. In the top 10, you will find 6 police stations that are in the city of Cape Town. In the top 30, you are going to find 11 Cape Town police stations in that top 30 of police stations with more crime or violent crimes. We're talking murder, we are talking robbery, we are talking hijackings and many other things. So this is one of the areas, like you put it to us, to say, despite this not being a functionality of a municipality, they still have certain levels of responsibilities in terms of fighting crime, because you know they have a metro police there, and this is a tourist destination, and unfortunately for Cape Town, despite all these negative reports, despite the fact that in the past few months, every day we wake up, especially during the weekends, we wake up with reports of gun violence in Cape Town, and people up to 6, up to 5 dying at one go. They are still a preferred destination in terms of international tourists and local tourists.
All right, thank you for that, Maswili. And of course, that last slide where you are, the one you are on now, is a major point of contention. In fact, it's been declared recently as an intergovernmental dispute between the city of Cape Town and the national government. In terms of just devolving some of the policing powers, especially investigative powers, because the city of Cape Town and the Western Cape believe that they would be able to sort of bring down crime, especially gang-related crime in the city of Cape Town, if they had investigative powers.